What's up, YouTube? It's Mitch of Wilderness Games. Just hanging out in the game room. And today, I'm going to try to repair Stalker. The wheel's completely unresponsive. Wish me luck. Alright, so what's going on is the Stalker wheel is, well, let me back up. It was accurate. And I noticed that when I turned right, especially, it was kind of sluggish. Like, I could do a tighter donut left than I could right. So I'll show you how this thing looks inside. It's optical. So it has on the PC JR board, it has OPT1, optical switch 1 and 2, top and bottom. It's like a sandwich, and this metal spins through it and it has holes. When I add light, I make this really bright, and I add light, the game plays flawlessly. Alright? So that's interesting. Now another thing is that when I cleaned this to improve it, I made it worse. It went from being kind of sluggish to being completely unresponsive. So here's my hypothesis with this. This metal, I noticed it got like patinaed and like rusty, like as I was cleaning it. I was literally like spraying it with, like, you can see it's kind of orange, tarnished. I was spraying it with alcohol. I was going to town with it, and it's like rusting, dude. Not good. And so I think I tarnished the crap out of it, and like immediately I did it, and it just like didn't work anymore. So here's my hypothesis now. I think that if the wheel isn't reflective enough, if it's not like shiny enough and untarnished enough to do that, then the light doesn't bounce off purely. And so the reason why it was, I'm guessing, speculation again, the reason why it was sluggish is because I noticed that like a small part of the wheel was more tarnished than the rest. And so I bet like when I was turning, the wheel was using that section. It was kind of like sluggish, and it was like, no, it's pretty good. But like when I got to a certain point, it just like didn't really, it was kind of getting faulty readings and wasn't really working well. And so I basically spread that through the whole thing. Again, that's just my guess. So that's what I picked up. I don't know if it's brass or copper, but I picked up this polish, which polishes brass and copper. It has ammonia and oxalic acid in it. Oxalic acid isn't a big deal, but because oxalic acid is in like some wild food that I eat, so whatever. But ammonia is not good. So I need to be careful when I use this. It says definitely no skin contact. I don't really have any gloves left. I used all my gloves up and threw them away. So I need to I'll probably just use a Q-tip. Be really careful with the Q-tip. That way I'm like really far away, and I'll never flip it around and use the other side. I'll just throw it away. That way I don't chance getting all the ammonia and, you know, scarring my skin and stuff. So alright, so we're gonna hopefully polish up this wheel. I'm gonna leave it on there. It might be easier to take this whole thing apart, and I might have to do that, but we'll go in steps. I'm gonna do a little at a time. I'll try to polish it, see if it works, if it does polish. If it does, then, you know, we'll test the game. So put it on the edge. Same spot. Wow, the Q-tip's coming back like really dark. Really dark. Okay, I'm gonna wipe it clean with this one. Just doing a test spot to see if it's gonna make it look better. If it is actually clean metal. Wow. Well, it does look a lot better. You guys see the spot I cleaned? Look at that. That's a big difference. Huge. Alright, I'm going to do the rest of this wheel. I need a lot more Q-tips. I'm going to do the rest of this wheel and then we'll test the game and see if it works. Here's an update. Got half the wheel done now. Looks drastically better. Just one spot left. Yeah, the alcohol obviously was like rapidly oxidizing. It's crazy. That was just like one spot. I haven't done. Easily tell the spot. But yeah, the alcohol just rapidly oxidized, as you'd imagine, this metal. That's why it made it rust right before my eyes. Even worse than it already was. It already had rust, but the tarnish got way worse really quick. Now this is just the top. I still have to do underneath the wheel for the other sensor. I'm assuming. You would think I'd have to do the whole thing, you know. It's gleaming now. Alright. She's turning. What right? Turn her right. Yes. Try left now. It's fixed. I'm still going to do the right, the underneath though, because it's obviously still, you know, as corroded as the top was, and I mean that's just asking for trouble. I can't find parts for this stuff at all online, so if that breaks, because I'm lazy about that and don't derust the underneath, you know, and shoot myself in the foot, because there's no parts online for this. I'd have to try to get a whole other control panel and hope it's, you know, as good as this one. And they're not cheap. I've only seen like 2 for sale. So, okay, so I'm gonna work on doing the underside. Second verse, same as the first. And I'm gonna just, wow, look at that thing. Ooh, gleaming. Gleaming. I'm gonna just kind of lightly put the polish underneath. And I'll do one with you so you can see how I'm gonna have to do it. It's not gonna be easy, but I'll have to go kind of like this. I think I'm going to do all the inside for a little bit first. Just wipe underneath. And then wipe out. Yeah, ooh, look at that. Just like the top. It's coming out. It's coming out real dark. So, I'm going to keep track. I'll have to just polish the top, I think, too. So I'm going to get junk on it and stuff. Yeah, it's certainly not good. But I don't think it's going to be any different than this. I mean, it's just coming back filthy. So, just like the top was. It took me maybe 10 minutes or something, 15 minutes to do one side. So, it's going to be a little slower underneath. I can't really see what I'm doing. Alright, so I just finished. Clean both sides. Just did the underside. let's see if it works. I mean, we already tested it once, but I just did the underside. Something could have changed. Who knows? Let's test it. Okay, left is working. Right is working. Yes, dude. That's how you fix Senti Stalker, so now we know. This is one of my favorite games of all time. Huge fan of this game. Always wanted to own it. I've owned 2 of them in my life. Cool. I still have to do my my dip switch settings, so 3 tickets will knock me out and that kind of stuff. So let's try myself like. Oh wait, it seems to be turning left on its own though. Hold on. Kind of straight away. It's kind of turning left on its own. Not that time. Yeah. Got it. Tickets. Roger that. No, it's okay. It's good. It's good. Might be a little bit of variance once in a while. But that wants to turn left a little bit. Alright, so let's put it into test mode and see what it looks there. Test button's down bottom. Alright, she's in test mode now. Now what's strange about this is that inside the manual for the game, the conversion kit, nowhere online can I find, I have the actual paperwork too, like physically, right behind me. And nowhere does it say about the optical switch 0 and 1, what those numbers would mean, and what these analog switches mean. Now I can use switch number 3 with number 1 on it, is the high and low. But the wheel, I'm assuming, is this, because when I move it, analog 6 and 7 move. But they seem to kind of move a little on their own anyways. So maybe that's a little variance in the driving, because there's sensors kind of doing things they're not supposed to. But I don't know. Sometimes they show letters. It seems to be pretty nonsensical. I've never actually figured out what it's supposed to mean. And yeah, anyways. So it's on free play, and the dip switches are all jacked up. So I'm not a free play guy. I like to actually hit my coin switch. So I'm going to be changing my dip switches eventually. It's like scoring and stuff. So. Alright. I've looked online and found nothing for this. There is no information about this anywhere. I even went on Clov. I went back 15 years to look for stuff and never found how to work on the wheel of a Senti machine. So this is my hypothesis and what I need to do. I thought it needed to be more lustrous and have less tarnish, and that's what it was. So that's all you gotta do. Polish it up and you're good to go. No, it didn't fix it. I thought it did. You know, I just fired it up and it worked. It worked. You saw it. It didn't work earlier. It was broken, and I polished the metal and it worked. It doesn't work again. I don't know why. So it's not about the metal being polished. I mean, it might help it, but that wasn't it. So I don't know what's going on with this. I got to figure it out. I'm still gonna, you know, share this video with you guys because it's just I thought I fixed it and I didn't. Strange thing is, like when I put my headlamp up to that sensor, And when that's like bathed in light, watch. When this is bathed in light, it works. It's accurate. I can drive the car. I can kind of drive the car. It's kind of hard to drive like this, but like it's accurate. It works when it's bathed in light. I take the light away. It doesn't work anymore. What is that? So I don't know. Maybe it's maybe I need to clean. Maybe take the wheel apart, take that metal disc out, just take everything out. Have just the board there, and then take the board off and look at that optical switch. Maybe the inside of the optical switch needs to be cleaned out really good, and only when there's a ton of light it works. Or maybe the optical switch is going on me, and hopefully it has a part number, a serial number, or something. I looked inside the schematics, and that part number cannot be found online at all. Google said it didn't even know what it was. I've looked up like Centi parts or whatever on all kinds of websites. There's nothing. Just like motherboards and data boards sometimes. That's it. But like individual stuff, no. And you know, I have to go to like electronic sites to try to find, you know, resistors and things like that, capacitors and everything. So I'm gonna have to try to like track down that part. So if I have to, I'll solder it off the board and buy a new one if I can find a replacement and replace it, and maybe that will take care of it. Next video, I'm gonna disassemble it and pull that sensor and try to clean that sensor individually inside, because I can't get inside the sensor because the wheel's in there. So hopefully I can get a Q-tip in there and clean in there. After that, I'll have to try to find a new one, and that could be a big problem. Anyways, this is Mitchell Wilderness Games. We thought we fixed it. We didn't fix it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.